Hey everyone, Keeper here. And today I am back with another Karn the Great Creator list. Why? I have no idea, but I really want to see this card work. It has so much potential in current standard meta right now that we're days away from the release of Theros Beyond Death, and I'm still trying to get this card to work. I don't know why. This is only my second video trying to make this card work, but I've also been doing a lot of it in the background too, trying to get it to be good in this standard, and I have not really been successful. Hopefully this time's the charm. I'm not going to say how many times, but this time's the charm. The deck list is similar to the first iterations of Jeskai Fires that played all the Planeswalkers. I do have some novelty cards in this list. Obviously Karn. There weren't a lot of Karns back then, I don't think. I don't remember. But I also know that I'm playing the Royal Scions, and not a lot of those were played. And Midnight Clock. I don't think that was a card played in these lists prior. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'm trying to put together a new list in the current state of the meta is like trying to reinvent the wheel, in the sense that if I'm going to play Jeskai Fires, realistically, most people would just say play the Cavalier list because it's a known quantity, it's good, it does what it's supposed to do, and it wins games really quick and really efficiently and good. It's hard to beat 2/5 drops on turn 5 with those decks can do most of the time with haste and some amount of damage increase from the Cavalier ability. And if you have Kenrith, obviously with Trample too, it's kind of hard to be more efficient than 2/5 drops on turn 5. That's 10 mana. Sometimes it's 14 to 15 mana worth of effects on a single churn, with only 5 mana available realistically, and a Fires of Invention deck. So it's hard to justify not just playing that list, but I do want to try playing a Planeswalkers variant again. Mostly because I want to play Karn. This is about Karn. Karn shutting down Witches' Ovens and shutting down food and just giving me access to a sideboard that'll help me in game one. It's not a very good sideboard. I still need to work on it. But it's got the Stonecoil Serpent that I can get. It's got Sorcerer's Spyglass that I can grab. It's got a Grafdigger's Cage, God Pharaoh Statue, because it's just a classic thing to grab with Karn, because then you can animate it, and it's just a 6/6 speeder. It also has a few other cards that I don't know. I just want to try. Oh, it also has a Midnight Clock I can grab. Mystical Dispute for the Civic matchups. Dovin. I don't know why I have Dovin, but I miss playing Dovin. I used to play Dovin in the Jeskai Friends list a long time ago with Mox Amber and the cards like that. The Wanderer might be good. We'll see. I don't know. A Ral, Justice Strike. This sideboard definitely needs a lot of work, and probably so does this main deck. But we're running it this way today, and we're going to give it a try. It's got plenty of removal. It's got the 4 shocks, 4 Deafening Clarion, 3 Time Wipe, sorry. And it's got some late game potential. Ugin's a great card. Chandra, obviously, is a great game winner. The Sarkhan with all these Planeswalkers is good. Overall, it's basically just boils down to a Fires of Invention Planeswalkers deck. So we'll see if it's still any good. It might not be. I might be making a huge mistake. But we're still going to do it. I don't really have much in the way of ranks to drop here. I think I'm actually at the bottom of tier 4 right now because I haven't had a chance. Classes started or are starting today. Yesterday was orientation, and I'm going to go to my first class in a little bit. So I've been a bit busy, but hopefully I can try to balance this all out between this and work and all that nonsense. Oh, I just realized I don't have sound. All right, let me turn up the audio here real quick. I was watching some series earlier and turned down the volume. All right, this does not look great, but it's got some potential here. Okay. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I could have used those lands. I have been seeing a lot of mill decks lately. Sometimes they destroy me, sometimes I destroy them. It's not exactly, I don't know. I think it kind of depends on the variants. Yeah, this Thought Erasure is going to be rough. I kind of expected that to happen. I'm thinking Fires of Invention. It's what I would take. I guess it kind of depends on what they have left in their hand, but Narset, all right. I can appreciate that. They probably have another Thought Erasure, is the reasoning, so they can take these Fires of Invention. No. Okay. Second Narset into the bin. So I'm not going to bother with the Fabled Passage yet. It's not going to get me anywhere. I'm not going to cast this Deafening Clarion, and hopefully next turn I can Fires of Invention into Teferi and see where that goes. Alright, Sacred Foundry is good here. It gets me that Sarkhan next turn. Unless, of course, they've got a counterspell here, which, not totally unexpected, but would be unfortunate. Looks like they do. All right. Midnight Clock would be good, I guess. I suspect they have another one. Oh, guess not. Midnight Clock or Karn to go get a Midnight Clock would be excellent here, so that I can get my graveyard back. How many cards do I have in there already? 12. Jeez, okay. That's rough. Another land would also be nice. Okay. Sure.
Watch this. A little pain won't stop me.
Why didn't they just kill the Sarkhan? I don't understand. So I'm guessing they do have another counterspell here, but that's fine. I need to play out these cards. Drown in the Loch. Alright, sure. Hopefully I can hit another land off the top. I'm going to scry at the end of my opponent's turn here. So I can cast Chandra, I guess. Again, Karn or Midnight Clock. Either one would be really good. If it didn't get countered, but these mill decks are really just a pile of counter spells, so I don't expect to resolve very many things, except for this Chandra, fortunately. I'm guessing they might have another Swift End. The fact that they let my Sarkhan live is, yeah, somewhat confusing, but I will not hesitate to just bash in. And see what they do here.
They are coming.
They know I have the Chandra, but they don't see the land yet, so... Okay, they don't want to deal with Sarkhan. That's fine. They can kill the Chandra, but they're getting an emblem, so... Let's end the turn. Oh. Oh, that's a big boy. All right. Not what I expected out of the sideboard, or out of the mill deck. Out of the sideboard. I'm already thinking about sideboard games. Sure.
Listen to them roar.
Okay. They have 3. I will take this time wipe. There's a good chance they have a counter spell, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, I suspected as much. I could try to scry to 2 shocks, I guess, and we'll try to win the game that way. But I do expect them to have some more counter spells in hand. Sure. Clearly they've got something else in hand. Kasmina doesn't really do it for me here. We can make the Serpent unblockable. Ah, shoot. Oh well. I didn't mean to tap my lands.
You're about to.
Oh, I should have just killed the Murderous Strider because they probably have a counter spell. That was silly. Oh well. What do they have then? that what they wanted? I doubt that. Okay. I hate that I accidentally tapped all that land. So they're probably not going to go for the Chandra here. They're probably going to try and finish the game. Would be the correct move. Okay, I guess not. I guess they don't have a way to protect the Lochmere Serpent. That's reasonable. That's more reasonable. Oh, okay. So why were they... Sure. Yeah, that was weird overall. I am going to put in this clock. Justice Strike might be good against serpents. And I think I'm going to put in the Mystical Disputes. Oddly enough, I think I cut the fires here. Mill. That second clock is probably my best answer against mill right now. Why am I cutting the fires? Because I want my opponent to sideboard in something against fires and me not have them. My opponent playing around fires and me not playing fires. I don't know. Probably a bad idea, but we're going to give it a try. Midnight Clock would be really good to draw against this deck. What else would be good? The deck plays a lot of counter spells from my understanding. They're different lists. I don't think I've seen any lists with Murder Strider before. Nice, okay. I'm okay starting with this. If I can resolve this Midnight Clock, if I can catch my opponent unexpected with this Midnight Clock, I might be able to drastically change their plans. Okay. Let's actually start with tap land then. Even if they play an Overwhelmed Apprentice, doesn't really bother me. Not really sure what else they could have turn one. Nothing, I guess. This time I will leave up a shock and say go. Ouch. If they take the Midnight Clock here, that's pretty much it. I'm guessing they're going to take the Chandra, though. I'm still going to just not do anything. Unfortunately, Karn can only get midnight clocks from exile now, so... Oh, they took Karn. Alright. Sounds like a game plan to me. I'm guessing that means they've got some other way to deal with Chandra. They don't seem to have a counter spell, so I'm just going to go for the clock. Oh, they have a mystical dispute. Alright. That's unfortunate. I don't have anything to play yet, so I'm just going to pass. That's not land number 5. Oh well.
Thank me later.
Okay, that was land number 5. Hopefully I can keep this Teferi on the board for a little bit to deal with their counter spells. 2 to the top. That smells of Murderous Rider to me. Sure.
Might be a bad idea. My fight with the dragon's rage. Come to me.
All right. Score 1 for Team Karn, I guess, even though Karn didn't actually come into play this turn. It would have been nice because he would have shut off that gargoyle too. There we go. That's another use for Karn. I'm going to keep justifying Karn by keep finding stupid reasons to play him. I would like to play first. Oh boy. I would like to mulligan first too. That's more reasonable. I'm gonna drop the Ugin here and lead with a Sacred Foundry into potentially Fabled Passage into Islands. Looks like I'm playing against Simic Flash. I will grab an island with this. There's a good chance they have a counter spell here. Would be unfortunate. But I am going to have to try and run out. Do I have to run out this Teferi though? I actually don't think I... yeah, but the more I let them build up their mana, the more likely they'll have the counter spells. Growth Spiral instead of Quench. One time, Growth Spiral. Night Pack Ambusher so I can bounce it? Nope, that's an opt. I need lands. That's not a land. So I'm gonna play this, the Royal Scions here. And try to find me a land. That's not a land either. But I will discard this shock. And I will plus this Teferi and say go.
I got this.
Nissa is not unexpected. And plenty of targets. Alright, so I believe I want to leave up this Deafening Clarion. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
I'm going to discard this Narset, oddly enough. Ah, shoot. I can't actually cast this Deafening Clarion. That was silly. I should have played it untapped. That was absolutely my mistake.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Teferi gets to die here, I suppose. Okay, let's see what we can find. I'm guessing now they've got a bunch of counter spells.
What was my strategy here?
Yeah, I expected as much. That was actually absolutely my fault. Alright. Alright. That tapped hollowed fountain lost me the game here. Yeah, I got nothing left. So, I'm gonna leave. No, actually, I'm gonna leave that one in there. Sorcerer's Spyglass for the for the Nissa, for the Narset. I'm gonna cut the Kasmina, cut the Royal Scions. Cut the shocks. And say go with the rest. Karn to get me, God's Pharaoh statue, Midnight Clock. I don't need Grafdigger's Cage in this matchup. Dovin could probably slow down their counter spells, but not really. I'm just gonna go with this and hope that the Mystical Disputes can help me out. That is actually an awful hand. But it's got a scry, so I'm going to take a risk here. Mystical Dispute, sure. If I don't hit land number 3, this is a problem. I'm guessing they have Quench up. But I don't have land number 3, so it doesn't really matter. No growth spiral, it seemed, from them. Okay, that's land number 3. But I'm guessing they have a counter spell up for this Teferi. Negate, sure. Try to mystical dispute whatever they cast, counter this Teferi. See if it works. It probably won't. No, it did. Okay. Let's try not to mess this Teferi up. Would be great. Light Pack Ambusher? Sure. Bounce that. Play Karn.
My purpose is greater than myself.
Now I can Ugin. I can actually. I'm just gonna kill this this stupid Night Pack Ambusher, and then play this God's Pharaoh statue. I don't want to animate it right now. I'm gonna go get Midnight Clock. And now they have to pay extra for their Nissa. I actually think that on the draw, do I change anything? On the draw, put in a Justice Strike to kill potential Night Packs. And remove the single Midnight Clock. Getting Midnight Clock with Karn works just as well. Okay. This is a reasonable hand. This is a reasonable hand. This Mystical Dispute might come in handy. I don't want land number 5 right now. I might regret that, but I don't want it now. Alright, well... say go. Now, I could counter this and let them resolve a Nissa, but I'd rather counter Nis if I can. Teferi would be nice here. That's not a Teferi. Nor is that... No. Why would you tap like that? Nor is that... Okay. What's going on here? Nor is that a land. Sorry, I finished my thought there. Land would have been nice. Teferi would have been nice. Yeah, I should have kept this mystical dispute up instead of going for the Saheeli, but oh well.
You've never seen anything like this.
Odd that they would try to kill the Saheeli. Saheeli doesn't really do much here. Ah, shoot. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm certain they have another counter spell. No lands. I have all the board wipes, but no lands. This is frustrating. Try to clear out some wolves. Oh, Frilled Mystic. Definitely not going to do it. Even if I draw... Yeah, that's not going to do it. I needed an untapped white source for this time wipe. Yeah, that's it. That's the reason why Simic Flash is so good. It's not impossible to beat, but it's very difficult. Yeah, you don't really... Yeah. Yep. That is game, and that is it. Not bad. Some definite misplays on my part. Cost me some of those games. That game one, that Teferi was... should have lived. I should have played that Hallowed Fountain on tap so that I could cast the Deafening Clarion. That was stupid on my part. But, yeah. I could say that it's really early, but it's almost lunch, so... Can't really justify it anymore. Overall, though, I think this deck has something to it. I mean, it's a Fires of Invention deck. It's going to naturally have something to it. It didn't showcase any of the reasons why I play this deck. Maybe, well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I got work. Let me check my school schedule. 3. Friday. Friday I'll do some streaming with this deck. See if I can get some solid gameplay in. Yeah, maybe it's just a matter of toning it a little bit and changing it up. Maybe cut the Royal Scions. Maybe cut Saheeli. And find some other cards to put in there. But I like Karn. I like what Karn does in this meta right now. I just didn't face any of the decks that were relevant. Oh well. Still fun. Still a good time. And if you liked it, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button. And subscribing if you want to see more. Blah, blah, blah. The usual housekeeping nonsense that all YouTubers say. Here I am calling myself a YouTuber. That's weird. All YouTubers say at the end of their videos or some at the beginning of their videos. but it really does mean a lot. So I'd appreciate it if you guys could do some of that for me. And other than that, I'll see you all next video.